Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rant. Today is going to be a very interesting rant because I want to talk about something that I've talked about before, but not on camera, not on, I'd never captured it into a video or talked about it on file, but, I want to talk about something that's really important. And also this is going to be another short rant, so I'm not going to make it 15 minutes. Before I get into the rant, I saw that my average watch time before someone clicks out is 3 minutes, 2 minutes. So people don't seem to really want to listen to 15-minute videos. So, I'll make my videos, I'll try to make them in 5 minutes or less, or a little more, because people want to listen to 15-minute videos. I don't blame them. So anyway, back to what I was saying. This rant is going to be about why hatred and hate are very useless, Hating stuff, it doesn't do anything, If I sit here, say I just got fired from my job. Say I work at a vitamin store, GNC, they sell vitamins, or let's even say, I don't know, fucking Burlington Coat Factory, or I don't know, Walmart. I don't fucking know. Let's just say I get any type of job you can think of, and they have a parking lot. Say I just get fired, and I go to my car, I go to the parking lot, I'm sitting in my car, and I just got fired, and I start to hate the company. I start to hate that I got fired. I start to hate the people that work there. I start to hate what they did to me. And I just sit in the parking lot for an hour, and I hate and I hate and I hate builds, and I just think how much I hate them. What does that do? What have I done in that hour just sitting there hating them and just sitting there and sulking and hating and letting the hatred boil over? What does that accomplish? It doesn't do a fucking thing to hate. Hatred is a very useless emotion, I understand disliking stuff. That's fine. You don't have to like things. But to say you hate something, I want to bring it up too, to say you hate something, that's a very, very powerful word. Hatred is a very powerful thing. And I really don't think a lot of people understand the word when they use it. They actually hate something, hate. I don't really think people really understand the power of that word. Sometimes they'll think something's a little annoying and, inconvenient or whatever, and they'll say they hate it. People they don't really use words correctly. But back to what I was saying before, hatred is a very useless emotion. It doesn't get anything done. I made a similar rant not that long ago about complaining and how complaining doesn't do anything. Hatred's the same thing, It doesn't do anything. It's not very productive. I could have, in that scenario I gave you, I'm sitting in my car in the parking lot after getting fired from my job. If a person does that, instead of spending that hour in the car in the parking lot hating and being hateful and thinking all these horrible, angry, evil thoughts, they could just have gone home or, gone on their phone and start filling out job applications. They could have put their time to better use instead of just hating there, being a negative, hateful piece of shit. Hatred is literally like trying to walk and holding two giant 100-pound dumbbells over your shoulders and then trying to walk. Hatred weighs you the fuck down. It really does. It's so bad for your health. It's so bad for your mind. It builds up stress. Hatred is useless. And that's one of the things that I try to tell people when I'm talking to them. And they ask me questions, and I'll tell them that I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anything, I don't use that word. I don't hate anything. And they think it's so amazing that I don't hate anything or anyone. I can dislike someone's behavior. I can dislike how they behave. And I can even dislike them and, not really agree with what they do. But to sit there and say that I hate somebody I don't know. Like, this is my channel and my opinion, but in my video, but I just don't ever see the point of hating someone. It doesn't do anything. It's useless. I'd rather just be aware of someone's behavior, be aware of how they think, be aware of, if I don't agree with what they're doing or I don't agree with how they handle things. And you can even disagree with, like I said, you can disagree with them and dislike them. Maybe you even dislike them as a person, but to hate them, no, that's a waste of time. It won't do anything. It just eats away at you, and it's useless. So I'm going to try to make this pretty short. I'm not going to make this 10 minutes. So, try to be very mindful of how much you're hating and how you spend all your time hating on things. That's my advice to everybody listening to this. Don't hate things. Hatred is so useless. I know I keep repeating myself, but it's very, very useless. And you're going to look back and you're going to realize how much you wasted your life hating things, it's useless. And one of the biggest things I got to say before I end this is that you can spend all that time actually being productive, actually getting things done. Like I said about the job, if I sit there after getting fired, hating and hating and hating, you could have been more productive and actually got things done and found another job or put your time to good use, it's worthless to hate. So, useless too. So that's it for now. Thank you for listening. I don't want to make this too long. Thank you for listening to the Moore's October Rant series. Signing off. Have a good one.